So welcome back. We are live on Facebook. So hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. Sandy had to walk out for just a minute, but I'm going to talk a little bit for her, and then we're going to also let stupendous Scott talk a little bit about also his situation, which everyone listen up, listen up, listen up. First of all, Solar Sandy has helped thousands of people here in the years that she's been doing this. And the thing about Solar Sandy is that she's incredible about educating you and making you understand what it is that you're dealing with so that she can help you get a negative bill like Scott's. So Scott, let's talk about that, because you said in July, that's this last July, we're not talking about one several years ago.
No, just this past July.
Just this past July, make sure his mic is really loud. And last July, it was 600 and what?
It was just over $600, like I think 610 or something. We're keeping it at 80 during the day and 78 at night.
Right, and it's 600 and something dollars. That was in July.
That's a third of my mortgage, Carol.
That's disgusting.
A third of my mortgage. That was insane. And I compared it to last year, the July before, and it was like a $100 increase using maybe a little bit more kilowatt. Not much. They were pretty similar as far as my usage. But like Sandy was saying, the fees and the surcharges and the delivery rates and all that other bulls, that had all gone up. So I knew I had to do something, but I knew I wasn't going to go with any of these door knocking guys. I had heard ads for Solar Sandy on some of the different radio stations I listened to, James T. Harris and Garrett Lewis and some of them guys. And we had talked, I've been on your show a couple of times prior too. And so, just for the heck of it, I went online and I filled out her kilowatt worksheet. I think it was a day or two. She got back to me. We set up an appointment for her to come out. She came out, met with me and Victoria, and sat down at our kitchen table. I had my list of questions. She answered every single one of them and more. She informed me more about solar than I had ever even thought I wanted to know.
That's neat. That's so cool.
You know. She told me the good, the bad, what would work, what wouldn't work. Do I need a battery? Maybe, maybe not. It all depends on, there's many factors that goes into what she does. Mm-hmm. And she customizes and custom makes the layout for you so you can produce a little bit more power than you actually use.
That's what she used to call on my show a while back, a smidge more.
A smidge more, yeah. So I had also heard, Carol, on the ads that there was also, so I wanted to get the credit, the government credit. And there was also talk about you could get a credit if you redid your roof at the same time. Well, my house is 17 years old, okay? Average lifespan of roofs is 15 to 20, and Monty will be the expert on that. But so I mentioned it to Sandy, and Sandy goes, I got the guy for you. I'm going to send him out. And he's going to inspect it and tell you if it should be replaced or not, because I've heard stories of a lot of people putting the panels on. Monty can attest to this. Then they find out the roof is shot, so now you got to pay to have those panels pulled off, have the roof done, pay to have the panels put back. You just shot down any profit you potentially could make. So I was sitting at my desk one Saturday morning putting some estimates and bids together for some of my clients, and I get the doorbell rings. I open the door, and Monty's standing there, and I go, can I help you? He goes, yeah, I'm Monty from Panda Roofing, and Sandy sent me over to talk to you about your roofing. I go, okay, you need a ladder or something, Monty, to get up on the roof? He goes, no, I was already up there. I already checked it out. So it was great. And he said, it's in pretty good shape, but there's maybe a couple spots that were a little bit iffy. I said, well, let's just do it, because it's going to have to be done at some point anyway. So.
And then he gets the 30%.
The 30%.
30%.
Oh, the 30% for the roofing. Yeah, sorry. The 30% discount for the roofing, or credit, whatever you want to call it, and then the credit for the solar too. So you package them all together, and it's basically a no-brainer.
Now let me ask you a couple questions, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there money out of pocket?
Yeah.
What, a little bit?
Just a little bit. Yeah, for the roof.
For the roof.
Oh,
but
yeah, I didn't. I chose
you
not
get
to
it
finance
back?
the roofing.
Okay.
Well, I'll get a credit.
But he could have. So the question is, he could have, if he wanted to do it all, no money out of pocket.
Yeah.
I have a program for that. But he decided he wanted to pay cash for his roof, and that's totally fine too. But there's a package for
Yeah.
if you don't no money out of pocket, but he wanted to pay his roof off.
Yeah, I
with a
just wanted to
piece
pay
of
the
piece
roof
of
and be done with it,
Right.
and then just
So,
finance the
but that was
solar.
a choice, and I
That was
just
a
wanted
choice,
you
yes,
to
ma'am.
people to
Yeah.
hear that
Very
you
good
have that
question.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you had this done, okay, and you came up and you did that roof for them, does everybody that goes solar usually have to have a roof on there, or how does that work?
No,
Give me your
what I'm finding out there is Sandy's one of the very few that requires a roof inspection before solar goes on,
Mhm.
and there's a reason. A lot of roofs out there might have maybe 3 years left, but again, what you run into is when you do the solar first and then come back, there's a huge cost to taking the panels off and putting them back on.
Exactly.
So you're losing it, and to sell solar to somebody without doing a roof inspection so the customer has the ability to make that determination.
It's solar malpractice.
It truly is, it's solar malpractice. Because all you're doing is you're looking to get a commission instead of do what's right for the customer.
They're just trying to slide, Monty, Scott, Kara, what I have done in the 10 years, 13 if you wanna include my daughter and my son-in-law, is do solar with honesty and integrity, and I treat every single one of my solar families that are potentially that I meet with, and Kilowatt Care has now joined the team because Solar Sandy falls down things, people crash into me, and it's just, God just has me here. And still
I just
wants
wanna tell people a little bit about something about that, okay? When you talk about, I'm not gonna talk about
It's
going
the
down
other
the
solar
test
companies trying to take her out of business.
That's
That's what we think.
Yeah, here's the thing, when she talks about honesty and integrity, that is what you will get when you speak with Solar Sandy. And the other thing is that I was just at your home recently for the, and that's where I met Kara.
125
Other of her families, solar families, who all love Solar Sandy.
And the camel.
And the camel, she did have a camel. She had a camel, she had a donkey, she had a llama, and she had several goats
And sheep.
and sheep
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
It was a great party, but what I saw more than anything was the love. The love that everyone has for you, because you really do have them become your Solar Sandy family, and it's amazing. Why do they love her so much? Because she's honest, because she has that integrity, because she's helping them with their hard-earned money that should be in your pocket,
Not
which
in
is the
the-
bottom line.
not in
Folks, everyone listen up. Go up onto her website. It's asksolarsandy.com. Fill out the kilowatt worksheet, because you're gonna be so happy that you did.
Because you're gonna meet either me or Kilowatt Kara, that I'm so proud to have the opportunity to introduce her here today. Folks, I had in September a very, very serious, it could have been a fatal car accident. Yep, fell down an elevator shaft July 12th in 1993, and that didn't take me out. And September 30th, somebody hit me 55 miles an hour, and that didn't take me out. But I'm gonna have a few little surgeries to put me back together. I tell people Humpty Dumpty has nothing on me. God put me back together again, or he's trying to paintings. So, might be a little mangled, a little bruised and battered, but I'm still ticking. So, Kilowatt Kara, amazingly, is gonna be part of my family to come out to see your family, and has been trained personally by me, and she will treat you just like I will treat you. So you're gonna get to meet a phenomenal young woman. She's also a single mother, one of the hardest working women that I've had the pleasure of getting to know over her interview process was 6 months, folks. It wasn't just like you met her
Solar
one day.
Sandy likes to make sure of things, that's
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
She truly vetted me.
She did. I did. She's passed all inspections with flying colors, and she's amazing. And you'll love her as much as I've come to love her. She's more like I don't talk about people working for me. She works with me, and we're a team. And if she needs something, that she hasn't ever answered before, she will call me, and I'll jump on the phone, FaceTime, phone call, whatever. So folks, you're gonna get an entire team of experts behind you. That's what I've really really respected myself for. I've put people together, Magnificent Monty and Kilowatt Kara and Gina and Steve with my secret sauce, my little piece of equipment that's my little secret up my sleeve that none of these other companies are using to get the bills to those zero or very close to zero bills in SRP. But Kara's seen it, Monty's seen it, Scott's seen it, zero bills, APS, SRP. Those SRP bills are gonna get higher if you don't go fill out your kilowatt worksheet today. AskSolarSandy.com.
She's great. Okay.
That was
We're
on.
gonna- I know.
Oh, we just a few minutes.
Well, yeah, you got 15 more minutes. So I do wanna ask you, Solar Sandy,
Yes.
can we talk about the people who have had gone solar,
Oh,
like
yes.
Debbie? Cause she is concerned
Yes,
and
yes, I just got an email last night and we're gonna talk about that. Solene is no longer in business, we're gonna talk to all the people,
Do you
not
mind
just
if we do
Debbie.
that really quickly?
Real quickly.
Okay.
And so folks, I'm starting to get phone calls and emails from Solene has now announced that they're out of business. Sunny Energy is now out of business.
Titan
Sun
too,
Power
right?
is
Titan
out of
Solar's
business.
out.
So, write this down, second time around solar. So I'm opening a division, we're advertising it starting this week, it's gonna be called Second Time Around. Lauren would have fit into that. Lisa and whatever, Jeff, both of them, where we're taking panels off, both of them.
Oh, right.
So,
David and Lisa.
David and Lisa. So we're gonna talk about second time around solar. I get a lot of people calling me already from my radio show, but we're gonna now be talking about it specifically. Second time around solar by Solar Sandy. Has your company gone out of business? Has your original solar company gone out of business? Did they never get you where they promised you to be from the very get-go? Have they stopped taking your phone calls? Are they blaming the power companies?
20 seconds, stand by.
Then you need to call second time around solar. You need to go to the website.
So there'll be a separate
Separate
website?
website?
Well, no, for right now, we're gonna leave it at solarsandy.com, but yeah, there will be, yes, like. we
There's a
just-
separate division for that.
A separate division for that, and Monty will come out, because we'll obviously be looking at removing panels, there'll be a lot more
And
roofs.
there's no charge for my inspection for
Okay,
you.
no charge for inspection, great, wish we could get the water thing in there.
I'm ready. So welcome back, everyone. You know, we've been talking this hour about your electric bills, both APS and SRP. Folks, I'm sitting here with Solar Sandy, and she has helped so many people throughout the years that she has been doing what she does. She's phenomenal at getting your bills to negative. I'm not gonna just say zero, negative. And I was talking to her at the break about some people that have been gone solar and aren't happy. And not necessarily with you, but some people who have and are not happy. Can you talk about that real quickly for
I am
everybody?
so happy that you brought it up because the new division called Second Time Around Solar by Solar Sandy was born out of last year. Kilowatt, Kara and I and Monty have had so many people contact me on my radio show on another station where I do a 30-minute radio show, and they were like, maybe she can help us, maybe she can help us. Yes, I can. Has your solar company gone out of business? Did they never get you where they promised you would be with maybe just a connection fee? The standard was $30 to $60. That's what they all said, but when you got your bill, it wasn't that. Again, have they gone out of business? Have they stopped taking your calls and you're just sitting there not knowing what to do? Well, now I've created a new division called Second Time Around Solar by Solar Sandy. We will come out and do an inspection. There's no charge for your roof inspection, because obviously if there's something wrong with your equipment might have to come off the roof. It might need to be replaced or repaired. So there's free inspection on your roof. The consultant, my technicians, is gonna come out. The initial consultation for him to come out and inspect your solar, no charge for. Now, folks, there should be, if you were dealing with a reputable company, there should be a manufacturer's warranty on your equipment if you were dealing with a reputable company, reputable being the key meaning. So if you have solar, existing solar on your roof right now, and the company that you went solar with no longer exists, or they do and they've just stopped taking your calls, or they lied to you right at the gate, but you didn't realize it until 3, 4, 6, 8 months in when you started seeing your bills being high, and they got higher and higher over the next 2 and 3 years. They've gotten worse and worse. That's because you've got really bad equipment that will continue to degrade and degrade and degrade till the next thing you know, those solar panels, basically all they're doing up there on your roof is collecting dust. And Solar Sandy, the new division, second time around solar, we can help you. Kara and I personally have helped, just since Kara's newly with my company, has helped 2 people with the exact situation. And we had a plan for them. Financially, it made more sense for them to remove the bad equipment, didn't it, Kara?
It really did.
And Lauren was not.
Try and get up on that mic real close.
Yeah, Lauren was not like, not a spring chicken like you.
No,
You're the springiest chicken here sitting at the table. So, but it's still for him. He still had this horrible electric bill.
That's right, and he really felt that he was putting his trust in the right company.
Yeah, and it was a bunch
And he was
of,
so disappointed, and when I got out there, I think the only reason that he even allowed me in the door was from your reputation and how reputable you were and that you were honest. And he even said, he goes, I really don't wanna go through this again. And I said, if you're gonna do it, at least you're at the right place.
absolutely, and I went out with you and met him, and he couldn't have been sweeter and
Oh, he's
kinder.
such a
He's
nice
such a nice man, and Monty, Scott, Kara, Carol, these companies and what they're doing to people, I call it, because of my nursing background, my medical background, it is actual solar malpractice. And the only thing that I can do is educate and get the information out. And you tell your neighbor, and your neighbor goes to my website, and soon there will be a podcast that's gonna be called Solar Truth, Lies and Myths by Solar Sandy, because some people don't listen to AM radio. So I want this information to be heard by everyone, not just the 40 and 50 and 60-year-olds and up that still listen to AM radio. We all do, but there's some people that we're missing out there. So Solar Sandy is going to have, it's gonna be called the podcast Solar Truth, Lies and Myths by Solar Sandy. And there you're gonna hear on a weekly basis the truth, the lies, and the myths about solar. So if you're thinking about doing solar, meet with us, meet with Kara, Kilowatt Kara, or me. This is the perfect time of year to do it. First of all, it's the perfect time to do it because the rate increase is coming in February, whereas normally SRP wait until November. This year, there must be indicators showing it's going to be a hotter than normal spring, so they are going to raise those rates sooner rather than later.
Real quick question to ask you, how long does it take, let's say they're listening and they're going, yes, I gotta do this now, okay? How long does it take to get them up and running?
Well, I've got to brush off my handy dandy magic wand and I'm just so it takes a little bit, Carol. So from start to finish, I tell people, if myself or Kara meets with you today, it's gonna take 4 to 6 weeks for us to get panels up there on the roof, depending on which section of the valley you're in. Some sections there's over-the-counter permits, some there's not. So it just depends, but I always tell people 4 to 6 weeks. And then there'd be a small waiting process getting APS or SRP's meters installed. So I say safely 60 to 90 days. I would rather under promise and over deliver than over promise and under deliver. Now, if there's electrical work that needs to be done, I can help you with that too. I have a gentleman that he's a young fellow building a casita later on for his mother, or his grandmother lives with him and his mother lives with him. So he's building a casita, so we're adding a 400 amp service panel onto it. There's all kinds of things that I can help you with. If you go to my website, at asksolarsandy.com, and put in the comment section or question section, it never hurts to ask me, do I do ground mounts? Yes. Can I do churches? Yes. Can I do preschools and schools? Yes. I've done assisted living homes, yes. So there's all kinds of things that I can help with, and I have this amazing team around me. I don't do all of this all by myself, folks. It takes Kilowatt Care, it takes Magnificent Monty, it takes Stupendous Scott over here with the water, because he keeps me hydrated and keeps me going. And then we've got Miss Carol over here, that if it wasn't for Carol, folks, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be on this radio station talking to all of you, and I feel so blessed and so honored. This truly is, it's a comeback story. Falling down an elevator shaft 30 years ago, where they told me if I even lived, I would never walk again. And here I am. I picked myself up off the ground and out of a wheelchair and said, I can still help people. And I can't be a nurse, but I could still find a purpose in my life in helping people. And I believe in it today, Carol, more than I believed in it even 13 years ago, when I was helping my daughter just because I couldn't help her pay her electric bill, because I know how the power companies and the politicians, Katie, let's just put facts on the table. Katie Hobbs's campaign was contributed $356,000 from APS. So it's public knowledge, folks. It's like, I'm not spilling any secrets. So APS contributing that amount of money to a governor of the state that we live in, don't you think there's something a little bit odd about that? And then there's no corporation commission overseeing SRP. So it's basically 12 board of directors get to go behind closed doors, and they get to decide, okay, we think we deserve a rate increase, and here's the reasons why there's no voting on it. They decide, they make the decision, they write it down, and then they announce it. They send you an email or a letter, and then you're gonna get the door knockers at your door going, have you got your letter from SRP? And you're gonna go, oh no. And then you're gonna feel like they're telling the truth, because now they're bringing something important to your attention. Speak up, Monty.
Well, with that, I'm getting people clients of mine that say people have come up to their house asking to door knock the solar and saying that they're working for SRP and they're working for APS.
Oh, this is so scary, folks, it really truly is.
I had the same thing.
Did you really?
Absolutely, folks, and anybody that knocks on your door, like Monty and Scott just said, saying that they work for APS and SRP, that is inaccurate information.
Don't answer the door.
That is inaccurate information, and there's a lot of them doing it, and they seem very believable. And if you have a question, you know what, ask them for their badge and ID and their supervisor's number, and say, give me a second, close the door, and you'll see them run as quickly as they can down the street, because that is against the law.
So let me just tell you something, folks. The best thing that you can do is to listen. When you guys have been hearing me for 17, almost 18 years, go up onto her website and you're gonna get the information that you need. The first thing that you do is just go home and go to asksolarsandy.com and fill out that kilowatt worksheet. She will then contact you. It will either be her or it will be Kilowatt Kara that will come to you. They will do a roof inspection if needed, and of course they also have
Everybody gets a roof inspection.
That's a mandatory.
It's mandatory, and there's no cost for the inspection.
So go to asksolarsandy.com. Let me tell you something, folks. You'll have a negative bill, and nobody else has that.